Hey guys, KM Woods here. We are 6 days away from the release of my first novel, A Whistle on the Waves. I know some of you might think that this is some gory war book, which it is. I know some of you might think that this is some romantic love story, which it is. But what this book really is about is friendship. So I thought, what better way to share my friendship with you than by reading you an excerpt from A Whistle on the Waves, coming out October 20th, next Tuesday. Don't forget to buy it. But before we get into it, it's probably important that you have a little bit of context. The scene I'm about to read to you is between two of my main characters, Brady Gallagher and Shane Connell. These two young lads are Irish immigrants who are now fighting for the Union Navy in the American Civil War. They've just docked in New Orleans for a short break and are out on the town looking for some drinks and some ladies. Here we go. We continued down the city blocks, searching for a pub more social than the first, when we came upon an interesting sight. There was a man, too old to be in the war, yet too young to be dead, and he sat on the case of a banjo he was playing, his hat flipped over on the ground before him. We stopped and gave him a listen. Shane was taken by the music, for he just had that rare, gifted type of ear that balms itself in music's joys. He lost himself, his eyes floating upward to stare at the sky, dazed and unfocused, basking in the notes. After the man finished his third song, Shane dug in his pocket and tossed a nickel in his hat. The moon had found its way into the late afternoon sky, floating between the narrow city blocks. We walked on, and before us there was a large group of men standing outside with drinks and cigarettes, laughing and talking. I walked towards them, sure that it was a pub, when Shane touched my shoulder and said, "Look in there." He was looking through the window of a small shopping boutique. Inside were two beautiful women, smiling beautiful smiles, conversing over a piece of cloth. One was blonde, the other brunette, both with their hair pinned back with the fashion, their dresses dark. Before I could comment, Shane had pulled open the door and gone inside. I followed, as any noble idiot would. He approached them, slowly, but directly. "Good evening, ladies," he said with a charming smile. Their beautiful smiles and stunning eyes turned to him, pleased with what they saw and heard. "Hi," said the blonde. "What's that accent?" asked the brown-haired one. "Oh, you don't like it then?" Shane asked. "I didn't say that," she replied. "So you do? And what concern is it to you?" "It's funny you should ask, considering you don't know who I am." "Who are you then?" "Shane Connell," he said, the smile back in full force. "And I wouldn't call it concern, miss. I've only known you long enough to be interested." That's it. If you want to hear more, you're going to have to buy the book. Will Shane get with the blonde or the brunette? Will they ever make it to a pub? Who knows? And somewhere in all this, the war comes into play. All these answers could be yours next Tuesday, October 20th, if you go out and buy A Whistle on the Waves, the first novel by me, KM Woods. I want to thank you for listening to this excerpt. If you need any more information on this book or future books or past books, whatever it is, you can reach out to me on my website, www.kmwoodsauthor.com. Thanks again for listening, guys. See you next Tuesday. Well, Amazon will see you next Tuesday. Thanks.